Spacey Sims, and we are back with more Code Realized Guardian of Rebirth, and I think I fixed the first part! Granted, only 2 parts have gone up right now. By the time I'm recording this is, what, part 10? I don't even know. But, good lord, I think I fixed it. I think it fucked up when I really think it was the monetization, so, like, when I tried to remove the copyrighted stuff, just so, because, I mean, it's fine, like, okay, the person who owns copyright, that they're gonna get the monetization. Okay, fine, whatever. I mean, it sucks, but I understand that. But I feel weird sometimes. I'm like, well, I'll just take it out. This way, it's not, like, because I still feel weird that it's like, hey, you've got copyright. Oh, I feel like I did something wrong. Even though they're like, you can keep this in your video. It's just, we might put ads in, and so that the people who wrote the song get the monetization. Oh, okay, but I still feel weird. I feel like an asshole for having copyrighted stuff in. Even though they're like, you can totally use it. We're cool with that. So I try to take it out or mute it, and I think every single time I do that, YouTube fucks up my videos, and I think that's why it was unviewable. So it seems to have been reverted back. I mean, because you can still hear the song. My only problem is, before I realized that that was broken, I was like, oh, let me mute the song in the second one, because you know that intro song plays. So it's probably going to fuck up that one, so good luck! I mean, just... Oh my god. But I'll fix that one, so yeah. So I apologize for anyone who's actually watching this or attempted to and hasn't been able to see the first part. You should have by now. I mean, honestly, but so. And also, thank you to anyone who actually saw my tweet on Twitter that I literally just posted, like, before recording, like, right now, 2 seconds ago, and was like, please, someone tell me you can view this, because I need someone to help me and check my channel and go, I can see part 1, I can view it, or like, nah, it's fucked up and YouTube sucks. Because I couldn't even re-upload because it's a duplicate, and I'm like, fuck you, YouTube. A giant middle finger for you, you douche pickles. So I couldn't even do that without then deleting already the first one, and I'm like, I am not, no. Try to fix it before I delete and redo and have the same damn problem, so I don't know. So thanks to anyone who saw the tweet, if anyone did, because nobody really reads the tweets except for me. Just screaming into the void on Twitter. Seriously, get a Twitter account and follow me, please, so I'm not talking to myself. To all the people that I'm talking like, right now I'm talking to myself, obviously, because nobody's seen this video yet, but, yeah, no, seriously, get a Twitter account, follow me. Follow me on Twitter, people. Make me feel loved. Just, so I don't talk to myself, because I'm lonely, man. That's why I have to play these games. I'm kidding, it's just me and all my little Lego Dimensions figures. We have fun. I've lost my mind. My job makes me crazy. It really does. I'm so unhappy at work. I come home and I literally lose my mind, and I'm like, ah, oh my god. I need to cuddle with my stuffed animals. I need my Monokuma bear. I don't know where he is. Anyway. Yes, we already read this. Next item up for bid is a golden Aztec crown. Not only is this fine headpiece crafted from the purest gold, it has a history of bringing good fortune to its owner. Observe the detailed ornamentation, the refined sensibility and outstanding craftsmanship of this ancient culture. 1 million! 2 million! I hear 2 million. 2 million? Are there any other bids? 5 million. Murmurs of surprise erupt at this bid. The rich trying to one-up each other for appearances. How petty. Oh, we agree for once. I feel the same way. I take it back. Why do you hate me so? The bounty hunters observe the auction from a corner of the venue. Everyone seems to have their own agenda as they lurk in the darkness, waiting for the moment to arrive. With this many people after the thief, are you sure they won't get a head start on us? I'm not concerned about that. The thief in question easily evaded an even greater number of guards in his last heist. I'm sure there are a few highly skilled men in this crowd, but I don't believe they'll be able to capture him. I see. Where did you get all that information? I simply asked around while we were waiting. Considering this thief's method of attack, we won't have much to do until the appointed time. Just as Van Helsing says, there is no indication of the thief's presence. It's almost 10 p.m. and nothing's happened. And finally, behold tonight's main item. This is Nosferatu's saber. A woman pushes a cart onto the stage. Set atop is a sparkling golden pendant in the shape of a dagger. Even though I'm no connoisseur of art, I can tell that it's worth a lot from one glance at the craftsmanship. If it's only a few million, I wouldn't mind paying for such a beauty. Count, it's nice that you're looking into the worth of the piece, but don't forget why we're here. This priceless antique is said to have been worn by Delacroix, leader of the vampire force in the infamous Vampire War. Oh, Delacroix is the other person in the Delacroix, or the third or something, right? Next to Finis. I also realized I was trying to watch my videos before and and I was like, oh, this part I missed. Oh, Finis is a girl, and I'm like, someone's gonna be like, no, Finis is a boy, and tell me that, even though I figured it out, but not that you know, because by the time you see this, it's. I mean, seriously, I've recorded a lot of these because I'm in love with this game. It is also said that the belongings of vampires hold a special power, and that by wearing them, they will grant you powers. Astounding physical capabilities, or even effects such as rejuvenation and longevity. Because this necklace belonged to the king of the vampires, surely its effects will be most extraordinary. I bet Delacroix is the thief. The new character that we haven't met yet. I bet. Because supposedly probably his father or grandfather, I don't know if he was Delacroix the second or third, but I don't usually have an interest in items sold outside the law, but that pendant is strangely enticing. It excites the antique collector in me. Wow, I've never seen you controlled by greed before. It's an unexpected side. The auction seems to be proceeding smoothly. At that moment... Asinine humans! Do not touch that with your filthy hands! As announced, I am gracing you with my presence to take back what is mine! Excited voices echo throughout the area. Yeah, it's Delacroix. In reaction to the words, take back, the waiting bounty hunters all leap into action and take out their weapons. Is that him? The thief! Where is he? Over there, by the tent entrance! That is the derpy thief, by the way. Over there, by the tent entrance! One man stands up and points behind us. There's a small figure standing in the dimly lit entrance to the tent. That's... He's so adorable, look! Like a little. A child. Whoever it is strides forward without faltering and raises his voice once he reaches the very center of the tent. Stand aside, fools! I'm here to reclaim that which is rightfully mine! He's the kid, right? Doesn't look like some master thief to me. At his comment, the others around him start buzzing, and soon the conversation shifts to laughter and ridicule. Hey, kid! There's no place for someone like you! Go back home to your mommy! A man twice the boy's size approaches him and tries to shoo him off. He's a vampire. Look at his teeth. I am no mere child! I have come to take a treasure from you lowly humans! Didn't you get my letter? The boy shows no sign of backing down, however, and raises his voice even more. The men around them begin shouting insults at the man who had approached the boy. Hey now! How are you going to handle the thief if you can't even get a little kid to go home? Idiot, he's taking circles around you! Shh! Fine, little boys who don't listen to their elders need to be punished, don't they? The man slowly raises his arm. Are you challenging me to battle? You're gonna regret this. You better watch your mouth. The boy is in danger. No, he's not. My feet start to move despite myself, but Van Helsing grabs my shoulder. Don't go over there. This is dangerous. But don't misunderstand me. It's the man who's in danger. What? I only took my eyes off them for a second, but the man is suddenly high in the air. A second later, he thuds into the ground. What the hell did you do? I just gave him a light tap with my fist. Now who else wants to fly? Oh, I do. Oh, wait, that's not what you meant. Who is that child? He's a vampire. What? Vampires? A subrace that possess extraordinary physical capabilities that other humans can never match. He's one? Hold on, he can't be that strong even if the kid is some vampire. I could give you a detailed explanation, but we don't seem to have time for it. Just as Van Helsing says, the boy gracefully leaps up onto the stage while everyone around him stands dumbfounded. I've sneezed. Hear me, humans! I am the king of the night, leader of the Nosferatu, and heir to the Delacroix name. I am Delacroix II. Delacroix II, a young boy and successor to the name of Vampire King. He can be childish at times, that's because he's 10, but his physical abilities are far beyond those of a normal human. No ordinary person could defeat him. Well, we're now a group of ordinary people. I'm Poison. We got the human weapon. Impe's just Vimpe. A vampire? A blood heir to Delacroix? He's here to get revenge on humanity. As soon as they hear his name, people in the crowd begin to scream. The audience panics and the people begin to flee and run about. Why is everyone so upset? It's true, the boy did show extraordinary strength, but the people here seem to be afraid of something else. Vampires have been the object of fear for a long time. A few years ago, humanity found a way to exterminate the vampires. Thus began the purge of the vampire subrace, known as the Vampire War. And even though the war is over, the people of Britain have always been living under the specter of fear. That if there are any surviving vampires, they would try to take revenge. That's the gist of it. As promised, I shall take this! He shouts at the top of his voice and tucks the pendant into his coat. He's got it! We just have to catch him, that's all. No, I'm all for letting him torture him. He's a fucking vampire. Anyway. The men climb, and he doesn't sparkle, so what the fuck? No, I'm kidding. Members of Twilight, and these vampires in here. That's about the only part of that isn't stupid. Because I like glitter, so I'd roll around in glitter and be like, look, I'm a vampire! Just kidding. The men climb onto the stage and point their guns at the young boy. Don't move, kid. One step on you'll have more holes than Swiss cheese. Really? Why don't you try? Aim for his legs. We'll split the prize money, got it? I hear gunshots. However, the boy does not look hurt. We definitely hit him. Why isn't he wounded? Idiots. I evaded the bullets, obviously. Don't be stupid. There's not a human alive who could dodge a bullet from this close. I see. Unfortunately for you, I'm not human. Ooh! Fist of Fury! The boy takes a fighting stance, and an instant later, all the men but one have fallen to the ground. No way! The last man collapses, and a profound silence fills the room. The boy turns to the audience. There is hatred in his eyes. Hatred so great it feels suffocating just to witness. Fear me, humans! This is our anger and our pain! I will make a proclamation here and now. The vampire lineage will never forgive you. I promise the suffering and pain endured by our people will be equally shared by all of you. These words cause the panic in the audience to reach new heights, and the screams only get louder. The child on stage watches and laughs, then disappears behind the curtains. Let's go. Where? That child? It's hard to tell what he'll do when left on his own. Probably won't be long before he starts attacking people. I could see it in his eyes. We need to stop him. Van Helsing begins running to the stage. Wait, Van Helsing! I try to follow him, but Lupin grabs me by the hand. Hold on, calm down. That little guy's too fast for us. We'll never catch up to him. And that's very unlike Van Helsing. He doesn't usually get that heated. I wonder what's gotten into him. Aren't we going after him? Don't worry. Even though he's got an attitude, he's one of us. We won't desert him. Let's go ahead of them and wait. Can we really get ahead of them? We don't even know which way they went. Leave it to me. Have faith in Arsène Lupin, first-class gentleman thief. Lupin starts running, and we follow him out of the tent in a rush. We leave the auction venue behind. Soon we arrive at the nearby forest where we met Van Helsing for the first time. Hey, Lupin, what makes you think they came this way? It's like you just ran off in a random direction. You've got to be here. It seems that kid was working alone. No matter how strong you are, it's impossible to outrun a large organization like the London firm. He'll try to hide somewhere for sure, and this forest is the most accessible hiding place around. I've come here before, too. I see. You are thinking about it from the perspective of a criminal. Very impressive and worthy of a gentleman thief. Yep, huh? I hear footsteps. They're close. We're almost on top of them. Lupin speeds up, and we do our best to keep up with him. We break through bushes into a clearing. The boy from before is standing there, dumbfounded. What's this? Did you follow me here? I'm surprised that there are humans capable of keeping up with me. Still, I'm not giving back the pendant, and I won't let you capture me either. We look at each other. If it belonged to your father, then we have no business trying to take it away from you. And it doesn't sit right with us to hand you over to the London firm. Then why have you followed me? You don't want the pendant back, and you don't want to catch me. I don't see what the point was. We'd like you to turn yourself in. Not to the London firm, of course. We know someone at the yard who can be trusted. You can explain the situation to him and be handled appropriately there. It's not your place to decide. Humans are all the same to me. Stand in my way and I won't hold back. Just as Van Helsing said, it's impossible to tell what he'll do. That expression of hatred, he might harm someone else later on. But from how he fought earlier, we don't stand a chance against him. Lupin, I have an idea. I take a step forward. Capture him or persuade him? Persuade him, maybe? Let's try to persuade him. There's no way we're going to stop him if we try using force. That leaves only... Don't worry, we're not going to hurt you. We're on your side. I have very little reason to believe that, human. You're likely just after the reward. If you murder a human and taint your hands with blood, as you said you will, then we won't hesitate to capture you. However, if you are still undecided, I have a suggestion. Why don't you come back to my mansion for a nice cup of tea? You might be able to make a better decision once you've calmed down. My mind's already clear. I politely decline your offer. The boy shakes his head and takes a fighting stance. Suddenly, we hear footsteps from behind. I turn around to see Van Helsing. How did we, get there before him? I don't understand, but... You caught up! Van Helsing says nothing, glaring silently at the boy before us. You! It's been a while, son of the dragon. When he said so, I was like, it's his kid! Alistair's my dad, and the vampire kid's my son, and it's like... That would have been great. Van Helsing, what were you even doing? Naughty boy. I left that name behind. I've taken on the name of my father. I see. So do you want me to call you Delacroix II instead of Dracula? Do these two know each other? Hi, he was the vampire. Yes. I'm about to ask when, in an instant, Delacroix slides in close to Van Helsing and swings a fist. Van Helsing blocks the punch with his gun. But the force of the impact causes him to jump back to avoid falling over. How dare you? You dare to show yourself in front of me? Have you no shame? Keep going this way, and you will fall into the darkness just like me. Oh, you'll fall to the darkness just like me. Ooh, that sounds sexy. You have no right to talk, Van Helsing. The attack is intense. The boy throws a storm of punches, too fast for the human eye, but Van Helsing calmly blocks them. I'll kill you, I swear it! Unfortunately, I can't die quite yet. Van Helsing swings his gun, but Delacroix jumps back to avoid the strike. The two glare at each other, and there's no room for anyone to intervene. But... I found them over here! We hear the other bounty hunters closing in. They finally caught up. Delacroix looks away for a moment. Van Helsing! I'll wait for you at the place where you murdered my father. If you do not come, I will hunt you down and kill you, and every last person who's important to you. Oh man, what did I do? The same goes for the rest of you. Everyone. His eyes are full of murderous intent. When he glares at me, I can't help myself from taking a few steps backward. Our paths have crossed for too long. We shall bring an end to this. With that, he disappears into the night before anyone can do anything to stop him. All that remains is the angry shouting of the men searching for him, and our own confusion. Oh, look, a new room! Several hours later, we've returned to the mansion. We only ever go to the dining room. Delacroix disappeared into the forest without being captured. The auction organizers placed an even greater bounty on him, and the greedy hunters hooted and shouted in excitement. Once we came back to the mansion, Van Helsing announced that he needed some fresh air and went outside. It's already midnight, but nobody seems to want to retire to their own room yet. We're all just sitting here stunned silence, staring at each other. I'm sure we're all thinking the same thing. What did Van Helsing do in the past? Did he murder that boy's father? I mean, he was in the vampire war. Yes, people die in war. If so, why did he do such a thing? Because he was a vampire? There's so many questions, but I can't quite tell if it's my place to ask him outright. The silence is finally broken by the Count. We must come to a decision. What? Confront him directly and urge him to change his mind, or make sure that he doesn't harm us in the future. The latter option is probably a genteel way of suggesting that we kill him. I assume as much, but I can't bring myself to ask for clarification. That's easy for you to say, but he's just a kid, you know? I can't bring myself to fight him. Me too, and he seemed to have his reasons for doing what he did. Yeah, just because you're angry doesn't mean you go out there and murder other people. Like, you can't do, like, you know what I mean? It was a war, and you're vampires, and you shouldn't eat people, and no, people shouldn't go hunting vampires if you're not being assholes. Every movie makes vampires look like assholes, to be honest, but let's just say you're nice, and you're like, I'm just existing as a vampire, why are you trying to kill me? It's not right, but it doesn't mean that you treat people the exact same way. Like, if people are assholes to you, you don't be assholes back. You gotta be a better person, you know? Not to say he has no right to be angry and pissed off and be like, suck it, humans, but I'm just saying, you know? Revenge is not always the right answer. You're right, but Delacroix came right out and said he would kill us. We need to think of something. I mean, in this case, this kid's psycho, so maybe we need to kill him and just be like, It just saved a lot of other people. Yeah. Either way, we can't just stand around and wait to be killed. Let's try finding his lair tomorrow. Lair? Do you mean the place the boy spoke of regarding his encounter with Van Helsing? I'm fine with heading over there, but where is it? Isn't Van Helsing the only one who would know? Yes, and this is Van Helsing's personal problem. Do you think he would willingly let us accompany him? That's entirely up to him. If he says no, then that's that. In any case, let's call it quits for today. Whatever we decide to do, we need to rest before we can do it. Lupin is the first to leave the room. He's always leaving me, but I love you! Impey, Saint Germain, and Victor eventually all head up to their own rooms. As for me, for some reason, I don't want to go to bed just yet, so I remain in my chair. I wonder how long I've been sitting here. I sit in the quiet, deserted lounge with my eyes closed. I hear a noise and raise my head to see Victor standing at the open door. Hey, you're pretty late. Aren't you going to bed? I have a feeling in this, the person that shows up might be the person whose path we're on. I'm just making a guess. I don't know. But it would be interesting when we play through it if like, we're on, like, Impey's path, like, we've been choosing him, and he's the one who knocks on the door and shows up. You know what I mean? Because it just seems convenient that we only once went to Van Helsing, but we usually go to Victor. Oh, let's check on Victor. Let's go. So I'm trying to make Victor the choice more often, and, you know, and then he's the one that shows up, so it's just me making a guess here. So we'll see what happens when we play the other paths. But anyway. So many thoughts keep coming up in my mind, so I can't sleep. What about you? It's the same for me. I was thinking about Van Helsing and that kid. Delacroix? Yes, I looked into all the incidents he's caused up until now. every object he's targeted was originally part of the royal vampire family's fortune. What? That means he wasn't stealing. He was taking back the stolen vampire fortune and the mementos of his people. Stand aside, fools! I'm here to reclaim that which is rightfully mine. Is that true? Van Helsing probably... I'm sure he knows what's going on. There's nobody who knows about the extermination of the vampires better than him. Victor, do you know Van Helsing well? No, only what's on the surface. He was a hero in the Vampire War 2 years ago. It said that his actions brought the Vampire War to an end quickly, and the army only suffered a few losses. Oh my god! Is that what 2 years ago? Is that why we don't remember anything and we don't have a heartbeat? Is because we were killed by vampires and our father brought us back using the horologium, the horlogic. And oh my god, and that's why we don't have a heartbeat, because we're technically dead. Vampires killed us. Oh my god, that's what happened. I'm just guessing. He raided the lair of the vampires who were threatening humanity and killed the vampire king, Delacroix, along with his entire clan. That pretty much ended the war, aside from hunting down stragglers. Was all that necessary? Victor slowly shakes his head. We were all told that vampires were trying to wipe out humanity. I don't know for myself how much of that is actually true. I can say one thing for sure. War is nothing but formalized murder. It has no justice. I notice that Victor's hands are clenched tightly into fists. Victor, what's the matter? It's just that I was a royal alchemist, understand? The war feels very personal to me. Victor's tone makes me feel like he's avoiding the truth. But I don't think Van Helsing is so cold that he can so casually kill someone. And I think that those heroic actions he's been praised for are far from the truth. Yes, I think so too. You don't think he did any heroic actions? You think he's been lying? Or are you saying that, like, he did more than that? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I'm curious as to what he means by that. Sorry for keeping you so long. I'm going up to bed now. You should do the same. Thanks. Victor smiles and gives me a little wave as he leaves. Aww. I still can't sleep, though, and so I head outside the mansion. I only have one reason for doing so. I saw Van Helsing through the window and couldn't help but come after him. I wonder where he went. I know I saw him right here. I feel that if I can see him, thoughts that stir my emotions, like Van Helsing's past and Delacroix II's hateful gaze, will somehow be soothed. Oh! I find him. He doesn't seem to be doing anything, just standing there deep in thought. He's sleeping. I'm about to call out to him, but then I see what a somehow sorrowful state he's in, and I hesitate. Oh, it's you. What are you doing at this time of night? Van Helsing notices me before I can make up my mind to speak. I was... We'll ask him. Why not? I want to ask you something personal. I can't stop thinking about it. You don't have to answer if you don't want to. That boy, Delacroix II, did you kill his father? Van Helsing falls silent for a while. For some reason, the silence begins to frighten me. Yes. That's true. I killed him. I don't know Van Helsing very well, but that simple admission eloquently conveyed the immense weight he bears on his chest. I see. It's the undeniable truth. I took that boy's father away from him. His words are stern, distant. He's telling me the complete, unabridged truth, but he doesn't look my way at all. It almost feels like he's telling me that I have no business asking this about him. It's late. Go to bed and rest up. He turns back to the mansion as he says this. I can't respond to him at all and merely watch him as he walks away. You could just at least put your hand on his arm. I love you. Our dog just sounded like a cat. When I enter my room, Spacey comes up to me wagging his tail. Oh, I'm sorry, Spacey. That's right, we always sleep together. Were you worried about me? Everything's fine. Let's go to bed. Spacey hops up onto the bed and curls up. I feel the weight of his small body by my feet. Close my eyes. I mean, we gotta wear long-ass fucking pajamas. Van Helsing. Delacroix II. My father. And me. I think about all kinds of things, but the conclusion I ultimately arrive at is simply everyone probably lives under the burden of all the different events in their pasts. What burden am I carrying? You have a fucking rock in your chest and no heart! It's with this thought that I gradually fall asleep. I'm really debating, like, it's 30 minutes and this would be like a good place to stop. I'm gonna stop here. It's also because it's like late at night. Normally I would continue a little bit longer, but I gotta get ready for bed so I can go to work tomorrow because I have an early day. But I mean, by the time you see this, it's who knows. Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays are my super early days. But anyway, I'm going to wrap this part up here. Even though I want to just play this all night, I just can't stop. But anyway, I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.